So guys, I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm not fully well. So, just put up with me today. Anyways, Higurashi. Alright then, I'm off. Look out for cars. Be back before dinner time. Today was the day of the barbecue party. That was the Higurashi Fighters Victory Celebration. Of course, I had been preparing myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Though, with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible that there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. Rena was already at our usual meeting place. Mion arrived a few minutes later. Great, let's get going. This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death. I expected nothing less. I went too without breakfast and now I'm top physical condition. You two skipping breakfast is bad for your health. Rena, make sure to eat something. Yeah, you're great, Rena. Breakfast is an important part of the day. I'm sure you'll surpass that unhealthy Mion. Get yourself a nice, springy body and be all over the dirty magazines. Oh, the dirty magazines. If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Rena too. Definitely not happening. If you won't take responsibility for them, Ki-chan, then I'll give Rena silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow. Yeah, I could see Rena doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was come for her? No, anyway, we're all nice and hungry. Let's go and treat ourselves at the big barbecue party. Yeah. The venue for said barbecue was to be the Farude Shrine Grounds where Rika-chan lived. They held various festivals there and barbecues too. It was a place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up. Was it there? Or Tanagashi or something. The scenery you could see from the high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere particular to the shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. When we arrived on the shrine grounds, the Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered up and begun sitting up for the barbecue early. Well, of course, the Toko and Rika-chan were there as well. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us. Oh, so you managed not to forget about this. Curses, if you had already come, there would have been that much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is. You underestimate us, Toko. Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to even have one bite of that fabulously memorable beef, do you? Remember when we ate our bento here? You and I had a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again. What? I cannot allow that to happen by any means. Cry and shut all you want. You'll be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry, though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you. I'll give Satoko lots and lots of grilled squash, too. When Satoko heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach to count, she knew it was just a threat. It could actually happen. I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you really love squash. If it's for you, I bet he'll get a home out and a specialty squash from all over Japan. Well, good for you, Satoko. I'll have you pick up the squash. You can have squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day. Wow! Rena, everyone's bullying me. Satoko tried to leap into Rena's chest. Oh no, clearly given another second, Rena's muck punches would have pus piled on the ground. So just before Satoko hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight, at least it was supposed to be. But for right now, when I caught the leaping cry, and Satoko looked like I was keeping her to myself. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, no, Kichi-kun. This is Rena's, okay? I'm taking her home. Wow, Rena-san. Beat out me outside of Rika like that, too. Whoa, hold on there. Yeah? Bam, bam. Okay, no. Where could Rika be? There she is. Rena's son over there. Just wait, Satoko-chan. I'll take care of her right away. Then I'll bring you straight home. Meep. Satoko, you're mean. Oh? Rika-chan's so cute, too. How? I'm gonna take her home. Oh. Rika, it serves you right. Satoko laughed at the shrill voice of Rika Chen ran his unproductive game of tag while we watched them sprawled out on the ground. Are you alright, my bearer-son? Sonozaki-san? The coach gave over and lent us a hand. Yeah, this is how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us. If the way we communicate ends up leaving bruises on my face, and I don't want any more to do with it. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly, and made us start to laugh too. Satoko's laughter at Rika-chan joined and Marina's strange voice were kind of uncomfortable to hear. A blank sky. The adults here knew they were doing so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down a plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again. Oh, that's right, we won grill out the baseball game, okay. Well, this meat looks amazing. Coach, you really did splurge on it. I didn't make a promise. Can you tell how much all this weighs? It really did cost me a lot. Of course it did. Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough of a reward for everything I did yesterday. Yeah, Satoko-chan said the guest of honor today. Yeah, Satoko was the one who hit the last home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc was long and true. Satoko is pretty athletic. Not bad at all. She could be one of the best of our generation. She doesn't fall in behind physical ability even compared to me. Maybe Satoko-chan has a big future in the world of sports. Oh, stop saying my praises. You're making me blush. Munch. Satoko, for whom the excessive phrase spindler noticed that moderately grilled meat was being stolen one after the other, which is far too cute. My bearer-san, this is heavy. Don't mean to cut Okamura carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate. Whoa, the barbecue's protagonist has arrived. The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a noise as they jizzed off. Gulp. You need a lot of heat for cookies with a non-metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once. Yep, we could have a barbecue without some of these. You can say that again. I'll help out, so let's get it over there. Up we go. Wow, look. It's amazing. Anyone greet us with a cheer? Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of popping hot barbecue, and this was a cup of juice that I could chug down. Does it make you want to dance? You want a man. I can't hold back any longer. I'm gobbling it down. Gobble, gobble. Now just yet, Ki-chan. We got a little ceremony first. Can I have your attention, everyone? The coach with a cup of beer in his hand mounted a nearby beer cooler. This is supposed to be a victory celebration after all. We need an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. If every second this goes on for a little more, the food rush just goes away. Satoko stomped down onto the back of my foot. My word. Man, your age is so greedy. Can you not wait a little bit more elegantly? Is it that I'm thinking really showing in my face? Okay, is everyone listening? We won a huge game yesterday. It had become a little battle after that amazing pitcher came in. Yeah, my hard battle. But thanks to the equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory. Clap, clap, clap. Both of my hands were full, so the adults and older brothers gave us a round of applause. This is to celebrate that victory. As promised, I got tons of delicious meat for everyone. Any switches you want, and use that energy on our next game. Then after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us in a toast. Cheers! They say that when toasting, you can normally down the contents of your cup. But we were young, and the toast of us all immediately began to dig into our skewers. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game. Like how someone made a great catch, or awesome someone looked when stealing a base. Of course, they congratulate me to the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshian pitcher. Well, even what I did was all thanks to Toko. Toko did have a plan, but you're the only one who could have won the overcome it like you did, Ki-chan. You did more than enough to deserve praise. By the way, Kichi-kun, do you want to eat cake with the Kamade-kun after that date? You went. Okay, not went. Okay. You look like you were best friends. to see the friendship sprouting between male rivals, something like that. That's sort of, well, it's... oh. I finally burst through Rena's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason. I did mention a friendship between males expressing her pleasant-seeming ideas. Now then, was the hero, or rather the heroine, Satoko? Oh, there she is. Satoko was with Rika over bragging her heart out about their homeroom yesterday, and her teammates spared no compliment for her. Even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she had a throw up my Koshian picture was something else. Satoko was more loquacious than usual. It seemed she was in a great mood. She was flying so high that even I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her, but she was leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Satoko going at these things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that it didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I spent with her, but both of us were the real Satoko. I didn't care which it was, her sitting smiling happily or making a big, lively fuss like this, just as long as she keeps smiling like this forever. She looks like she's having fun, quite a lot of it. The coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. As he had gazed at Satoko from afar, I had been doing he addressed me, so I could tell he was talking about her. Does that just glitch your soul to see Satoko-chan smiling? He smiled, refreshed, searching for information. I felt a little embarrassed, I admit it, so I guess I better just bet I played it off. Really? I don't think her smile could clean so much as a plate. I'm sure Satoko-chan would be mad if she heard that, but they're part of her very cute too. Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand him thinking Satoko getting angry for being teased would be funny. Mr. Irie, was it? Was it Irie or is it Irie? No, I'm pretty sure it's Irie. Okay, that's right. Anyone calls me Coach, though. I'd be very happy if he called me Coach as well, maybe our son. As he said that, Coach Uri smiled, or Irie, whatever, blushing a little. Coach, you seem like Satoko a lot. I didn't have any real basis for saying that. It was just what I felt to be true. Yes, I do like her. However, in fact, when she gets older, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. What? This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? After being astonished by this, I heard to put my mind back in order. I heard that this coach guy is the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he would be a really funny guy. Ibarra-san, does that surprise you? Could it be you're going after Satoko-chan yourself? That would bother me then. I've been going after her for decades now, you know. Coach Satoko hasn't been in line for much more than a decade. My nose is still a little stuffed. Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? I must have somehow mastered the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise from my actions, almost too many. The conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout. Suddenly, I learned he was a very composed and not a bad guy by any stretch. I think Satoko deserved more praise for that crazy home run she got. Honestly, didn't think she had it in her. Satoko-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set. Her brother, right, he met Satoshi. The one who left Satoko and ran away from home. Satoko's Nini. Satoko Hojo. Wait, Satoko, did I say Satoshi? No. Did you know about him? Satoko-chan's older brother, I mean. His name was Satoshi Hojo-kun. And he played with the Mizawa fighters too. I wanted him to play a lot more. I wanted a little more. But he transferred. Huh? I see. So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was really not. I think it says Satoshi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him running away from home at the time. I didn't pay much attention to it, but only her brother transferred. That's sort of unusual. Everyone else was having fun far away, and the cheerful voice is distant. The chorus of the cicada separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first, I thought my voice was too soft for even me to hear. For a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words, so at this point, I'm beginning to wonder if I said something I shouldn't have. Just as I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke. Something unfortunate happened. A few things, actually. After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk a little at a time. Uh-oh. It's been 3 years already, right around this time of year, I think. Satoko-chan's parents were in an accident. An accident? Yes. At a public park they visited while on vacation, they fell from a viewing platform. It was supposed to be just a little time and went from the house with the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it had rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. It was on the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures of the viewing platform had deteriorated from time, and with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. But before Satoko's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. There was a river some 10 meters below. The water level was high due to the rain, and apparently very muddy. And her parents? Coach gave a thin but mechanical smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate the accident was, as Satoko's parents had left on an eternal vacation. And Satoko is, well, I was focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. I said the word orphaned. I knew how little consideration is shown and how much it would hurt Satoko without having to say it aloud. Come to think of it, Satoko lived with Rika-chan. At least that's what I thought I heard from others. Wait, Rika-chan and her father died from illness too, and her mother soon after. I felt like I heard she was living by herself. Yes, she's living with Furude-san right now. They probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they have gotten along by helping each other. Going on living without protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. Maybe I you can probably understand that as well. I only survived because I relied on my parents, so the only reply I gave was to nod. Furude-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much. Come to think of it, you're right. Rika-chan is kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. Rika-chan could go meet, but just wants to get 2 or 3 croquettes from her vendor after all. I feel like if she asked for help, everyone in the village would. That only applies to Furude-san in particular. Satoko-chan doesn't have it the same way. Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about normally living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It was very difficult to imagine how much suffering Satoko had to go through just to live. It was very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? No way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Satoko was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? Or that she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Satoko said, "Family sitting on the table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." These words held on more weight now. I seriously considered adopting her. Adoption is a secret after warning me, which was next week on his lips. I lived a really steady life all these years. I own my property and have credit. But marriage is one thing I never got around to. By law, obviously a single individual can adopt a child, so I can't make Satoko-chan my adopted daughter. Ha ha ha, what a shame. Didn't take long for a plan to get her to call me Papa to take a setback. This guy spouts crazy stuff. At first, I was only half listening, and midway through I realized how rude that was. And this coach person seriously only wished for this one girl Satoko to be happy. That's neither crazy nor was that nonsense. You just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings. Satoko-chan's secret and lifestyle is probably not a very happy one, but I want to make it easier for her, even if it's only a little. Of course, I can't do much for her, but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do. You're wrong, Satoko's happy. Huh? Coach showed surprised at my having declared that. There are so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise. I spoke with a serious expression, quietly but firmly all the same. My approval of his feelings and my gratitude to Satoko's Nini. Thank you. So keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? If she didn't want to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Papa. I wanted her Satoko to have somewhat childish, but she was still able to emphasize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As the feelings had gotten across, Coach grinned satisfied and returned to his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. her parents and her older brother. She lost her family and had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. She took a Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile. I wanted her to keep smiling forever. It was a naive wish, and yet it was one that I couldn't help hoping for. So the words I spoke were the same. With a coincidence, I think the same way. Are you too, my Barricon? Then it makes us friends. Let's make a promise. A promise? It's a very simple one. The coach said, giving me a grin. That will never ever make her cry. It was short and to the point. Yeah, I promise to. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there carefully gazing at Satoko and anyone else having a good time. She certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring that must have been. Just hypothetically, if you did adopt Satoko, what would you do? That's a tough one. Coach gave a happy smile, and then exaggeratedly tilted his head in complication. Oh, my nose is so stuffed. Ah, damn. Well, first I would get her to call me master and educate her in the ways of my maidservant. Huh? What? This guy always picked the craziest. I'm gonna say the craziest things. Barricon, I haven't said anything yet, but what are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear. Oh, that's right. I clearly said, Shion, what's up? Oh, yo, Shion, what? What's up? So I clearly said I put Satoko on a wooden bondage horse and make her my meat slave. That sounds nice. Took a genuine wooden horse. Please leave the item museum play for after she's acquired the proper knowledge. It would be very dangerous to go on with the wrong idea. I get it. I always do write on labels to only use things for the intended purpose after all. That's right. Kichan, you do understand. Then without that, it's time for my hand. Shout out and grab Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave by the nape of her neck. So he already knows Shion this time. Okay. No introduction whatsoever. Just okay. You know, well, so far it's kind of weird we haven't found and talked to the big fat cop dude yet. Oishi-san, was it? I'm not sure. Probably. Okay. Hey, wait there. I'll just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff. If you could say crazy stuff, I thought the Satoko love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too. I could perform my reenactment of the adoption a bit. Want to see? You've been hiding ever since then. Kichan, you can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me. This was Shion Sonozaki, the younger, the Sonozaki twins. Though she hadn't had a scrap of the reserved quality you expect from her little sister. She was a villain no better than her older sister, Mion. I think she's really the older one, though. I'm not sure. We met the other day in town. I dug myself in the hole when I mistook her for Mion. And like Mion, Sharon said she was living in Okinomiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again. But I think we actually would. I quickly displeased the expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people means what they say. They explain it's a quarter off the duck's back. Sharon-san, you came. I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it. Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. I figured I'd come and teach you all a little. Coach, why did you need to call Shion to our victory celebration? How does she contribute to our team's win? Well, you see, I'm actually the manager for the Hinamizawa Fighters. The manager? No way, they won at the game yesterday. That's because I'm like a ghost manager. Tee-hee. She seemed to think I would forgive her, for she stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all. You don't see no tongue sticking out. Well, maybe in this one, kind of, I guess. I don't know. I have totally opposite eyes winking, but the thing is, she's in a different position, so same eye, I guess. No, not really. And if she was in that position, it would still be her left eye. I don't know. Huh. Never mind, whatever. Oh, he looks weirder than that. Okay. Anyway, the match was ending as pretty without you there. I wouldn't tell you to come to practices, but could you at least come to the games to root for us like you used to? I'll think about it. Maybe if Kichan joined the Hinamizawa Fighters, I can't get into a cheering mood when there's no good-looking guys on the team. Did she just smoothly say something absurd? Shion! You little, where did you come from? Suddenly, Mion come running over. I took my shoulders to put me towards her. It's my chance, little sister. Hello, Shi-chan. Hello, Renus. I'm honored you remember my name. We only met once. Oh, not at all. Thanks for remembering Renus' name, too. Kid took stupid greetings. You're not allowed to have solid keychain. He's the hope of our club. Don't pull him out and pull him in a baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mia gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging her to her toy. Ha 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 ha. I just like looking at their old sprites. It's so entertaining. I still don't get why she has a freaking gun, but whatever. Yep, Kichi-kan is the star rookie of our club. We can never trick them, turn them away. When a smile had a nonchalant bloodthirst, she was blocking Sean's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me. I feel like this was going to turn into a bloody battle. That's too bad. We'll leave the negotiations for another time. You don't have the right to negotiate. Coach, why did you call Sean here too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking up for the last year. I just thought it would be even more fun if Sean-chan was here. Yep, it definitely worked. That was what she planned for all along. Mission accomplished. Hey, please check come over here. We're all playing the game. With strings attached, of course. Shu-chan, how about you? The rules are simple and they'll be fun. Should I? I'll just wonder if I join in after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image. Mian, now irritated, turned around with a glare. Ugh. What is it, my sister? Should I join in to make this a battle of the siblings? For your sake, I don't think we should, but if you want to. Blah. I won't let you play, Xion. We're leaving you out, blah. Won't mean I just avoided a direct confrontation. I seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other. You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off. I hate Xion. I'm bad against her. I'm an angry Mian dragged me away. Slide! Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Ki-chan. Yay! Xion went her hand at us, revealing in the bliss of teasing Mian. Alright. Club activities have begun, which I meant I need to clear my mind. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game? I didn't take anything on. Okay, Kichi-san. You should prepare yourself. We're going all out today. Quick, bring it on. Snicko and I'll crush you all mercilessly. Rena will probably put me in battle and fish herself up a win. And I'll get all my manta rays first and ride them to victory. How? I have a good chance of flat like a manta ray. I want to take you home. Okay, everyone. We have a lot of people today, so let's play something easy and simple. Today's game is... Well, I don't know because it's over. Well, probably halfway through mark. Which means I am going to take a few minute break before I continue this. Okay, I should be good. So let's do this. Anyone who lost a game lost a game. What? Okay, dropped out and had to help clean up after the barbecue. Well, haha. Shion laughed a lot more uproariously than anyone I had ever heard when she saw her lose her face. Okay, was by me getting bombed out of the game really that funny? I mean, oh man, Kichi's face. He was like, how could you still call yourselves human? Damn it. All I had to work it out when I had the scissors. If only Satoko and Rika-chan hadn't betrayed me. It was going great for a while, and we had maintained a united front. But Satoko had a bit quicker to betray me than I thought her. She's just a tiny bit better than me. I warned you about trusting Satoko. I mean, I kind of look at my count and unanimously or whatever, wearing untouchy faces. And incidentally, those were two victims of Satoko's chops pretty early on as well. Dang, I was trying to undo all enough to make up for you two. And once again, for the showdown, it didn't matter. Maybe this man still couldn't make the chop to their members yet. You're going to have a lowest ranked member of the club play a punishment game, weren't you? Sharon marked herself forced me to recall something I tried to forget even for a moment. Is that right? Come to think of it, maybe there was a sound where you came up with the punishment game with the president. You looked really heated up with the unders you decided on. Earlier, when I told me to get an angel more uniform ready, Does that have anything to do with it? He told me to get the biggest size I could find. Told me to kind of grow my kind were giving me this complex, indescribable looking mixes mixing empathy, pity, and one desire to was scary all at once. All she could do now is laugh. Straight she laughed. The more she laughed, the more I felt like it was actually funny. Lost. Oh my bear son, what's the matter? You smiling, crying, and howling. It's okay, he just pretended not to like it. He can't handle his excitement at the opportunity to gain valuable experience using unpunished game as an excuse. Alright, what do you mean valuable experience? I held my head in my hands in agony. My statement of mind could be summed up with a three-letter word. Oh, three, not tree. What? It was. Coach gently put his hand on my shoulders, was comforting me. Very son, in times where you must accept hardship, you should imagine that your domesticated maid. Don't sadistic things seem kind of funny now? Yes, nice, isn't it? Right in the face of indulging in his imagination, still holding my shoulders, Coach said. Oh, master, and starts twirling around like a ballerina. I had to wonder what kind of word associations he was going on in his head. At the very least, it was very different than what was in mine. The first thing that comes to my mind was to think of domestication. Certainly, I was at mates. Dominicano American, your coach is pretty funny. I'm surprised he could even be a coach. Dominicano American changed glances and answered dry smiles. Then they added that he was a really nice person most of the time, which is something you normally say about a person like that. The coach's question of very revolution slowed to a stop, and then the expression turned to a clear, calm one, almost making it what just happened seemed like an illusion. He switched gears way too fast. Unless cleaning up. If very sign you seem quite strong. Could you bring the plates over to the wash basins and clean them? Right on. I hoisted the dirty barbecue plates, which slimy oil clean to it, looking for the wash basins. Alright, these are heavy. Where are the wash basins? Over there. Figured I should make it there before my arms gave out. I headed towards it as a trot. I loved that those who had been helping out with using the wash basin, so I gave up and looked for a different set. I asked them, and they told me there were more right by the assembly hall too, so I decided to head that way. Rather than multiple bases, it was just one faucet there. I initially thought it would be too small to wash places as big as these, but it would probably still be faster than waiting for a faucet to open back up there. I turned the faucet in water much nicer looking than it gushed forth, but I put another faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. It didn't go very well. Here you go, a sponge and dish soap. You can't wash it with just water. It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge container filled with cleaner to me. Oh, thanks. You should have just put them on the basis and left it to the grown-ups. You're almost doing the right thing. I got the feeling that was quite a compliment. I answered with a forced smile. I was surprised to learn that you're the manager of 30 minutes over fighters. I thought you didn't do stuff like that because it's too much of a bother. Yes, it's quite a bother. That's why I stopped showing up entirely. Didn't Coach say he wanted you to come back? You should pay a visit once in a while. If I felt like it, I guess. Sean made it sound like the end of the world could happen before she felt like it. Whoops, I couldn't keep washing dishes while preoccupied with conversations, so I decided to take my task seriously. Sean neither offered to help nor got into my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet. Alright, I heard something. You were the star player in yesterday's game, weren't you? Sicko hit the home run, so I think she was the real star player. I didn't know she had those kind of reflexes. It surprised me. She's totally different from Satoki's gun. There's not much doubt that all the athletic ability and feeling went to her. Sean smiled as she poked her eyes, looking at the something far away between her and reminiscence. Satoshi-kun? Satoku Hojo's older brother. You know Satoshi Hojo-kun. Alright. He just moved here this year, didn't Ki-chan? You wouldn't have ever met him. I was also surprised that Sean knew about Satoshi. Never met him, but I know a little. After the parents passed away, he just went to a different school, right? I would have said that he ran away from home and used a slightly more vague words than anyone else did. Chessford? Who said anything like that? I haven't yet realized that Sean's tone changed slightly. Well, I mean, who was it then? Yeah, I heard it was someone that he transferred. Who? You said that because you have someone, right? Who did I ask? I don't really remember. Even so, he transferred, so is that right? Not like there's a problem with it. There is one. Does that mean there's a record of his transfer to another school? And that someone saw it or heard about it? Around that time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up with Shion was, but also how startlingly dangerous her eyes had begun to look. Shion was happy to look really serious. Was that Shion seemed to realize the expression was making. She took a deep breath, pretending to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before. I'm sorry, but Ki-chan, you don't know much about Satoshi-kun, so please don't say they transferred or anything like that. I'm serious, please. At least that my sister is out there I shouldn't have. But I wasn't immediately sure what I should apologize for, so I just said one step for it now. Sorry. I just sort of heard you transferred and believed it. Was it actually something else? It was, of course. Preceded by his parents, he had left his sister and ran away, but I wanted to try and avoid using the word run away, so pretend not to know. But I see my flustered reply, she didn't realize she was intimidating me and lowered her voice. I'm sorry. Blame me for anything, Ki-chan. Was being a little harsh. I apologize. I really didn't really mind. It was a fib. I was actually a little scared even. Was that something anyone was saying? He ran away? Was there some sort of misunderstanding and saying I transferred? But how could I ask her for? She turned on her heel to leave. Is she on? Alright, good luck with those. Looks like your plate is last. That's the last one you need to wash. Her following remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about, so immersed in the conversation when it got pretty late. I turned the faucet again to get the water flowing faster. Whoosh. I finally scrubbed the plate. But then when I turned it back around, she was no longer there. By the time I finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air cooled off before I realized it as a heap that had stuck. That's all they dispersed. And then the breeze started to blow. Okay, I want to have your attention and everyone went together to make his closing remarks, and with that, another fun day drew to its close. In the end, Mion ended the game with a magnificent victory. So Takone Rika-chan, who had labored so hard to betray me, had to fall into a huge traps afterwards, leaving them frustrated about more than a few things. People who betray others will one day be betrayed by themselves. Never be more true, huh? Ugh. You're not the only one to hear that from, Kichi-san. Huh. Rina didn't fall for anyone's tricks. That's how I got second. Rina doesn't bind to lice very easily. She has a sharp wit. I am surprised. So she lets you fall apart for the first lie to come her way. Funny, you should have said that, Ki-chan. You just died to prey upon others, and right away you came to prey instead. Make sure you don't fall for those dumb schemes that promise high returns for the more friends you rope in, okay? Yeah, I'll try harder, sob. Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray one aside once they get into a serious enough game. But despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. And remember how much we're all great friends. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Kichi-san's punishment game. However, I could really implement such a thing. I would think the store manager would have a thing to say about it, no? I wonder, maybe Kichi-kun will be really cute. I kind of want to see how. I am on the edge of my seat. I will trip him up and make him wipe the floor. Oh, that would be great. Ugh. Why couldn't I win all of these times? Whenever I think I'll definitely win today and I'll make someone else play the punishment game, I'll lose. Is it not enough? Do I not believe not hard enough in victory? Oh, the wailing of the loser tastes like sweet honey. How sad, Papa. Just so you get stronger, Kichi-kan. It's like I'm looking at Mi-chan from last year. Mi-chan last year, what did she always lose and moan about in the past? However, very interesting, I don't know her, and the 50% meal was just like that. No need to talk about that. My yawn hastily covered Rina's mouth, and watching out burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Satoko's sleeve. Okay, we should be going soon. Oh yes, we must be going shopping for dinner or certainly. I want to keep talking like this forever, but it was getting late. We split up with Satoko and Rika-chan and said to go on our way home. Alright, bye. See you tomorrow at school. And we wait with each other to split up for a short time between now and tomorrow. Okay, let's go. We began walking on the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds. As the sun started to set, the afternoon's heat began to disappear as though it were never there. Just listening to the chorus of Higurashi was enough to make me forget about how hot it had been today. I have to think of it, it's still June, huh? We didn't have a rainy season at all this year, like all of a sudden it's just summer, you know? Another thing about it, she was right. It was just June, the season of long rain, of hydrogen and sea and snails. I haven't really seen no rain, it's just season is stress rain here. According to their weather forecast, it's supposed to get more rainy during the first part of the week. There were more people about heavy showers. I suppose it is occurring into the Tatarigoroshi. That's right. The rainy season is supposed to be rainy. You know, it doesn't like Rena likes all that rain in the rainy season. Why so much rain just makes me depressed. Kiki-chan, it's a little spaced out, so it's slowly answering me on. I think I was thinking about my conversation with her sister. When I said that to Satoshi, Ch.3 clearly got angry. She was Batman because he was so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home, but I don't think it was so bad that Shion would need to feel mad about it. I wasn't really satisfied with it. I felt like a child completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for, so my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion. Satoko had a brother, right? Named Satoshi, I think. What? As soon as I said the name Satoshi, Rena and Mion both also relaxed. I felt mood and I hated strange expressions. Should I avoid talking about this? That's what they made me think. But I've already said that, so it's that. That's that. And I mean, line if I said I wasn't interested. What business Satoshi gained? Did he move away? That was such a transparent way of putting it, but in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance. Mion turned around, looked for Rena, and insisted, and Serena looked between us and quietly, softly spoke. Wait, did we not tell you? He transferred out. When I said those words to Shion, she got upset, so I answered her with the same words Shiona gave me. Transferred, who told you something like that? Huh? I had only intended to borrow Shion's words, but I said exactly the same words she had right down to the thorns of my voice. When I realized that, I had done immediately tried to stop my remark. If he really transferred, there would be records of that at school and stuff, right? But is there actually anything like that? Man, I mean, their eyes grew wide. They were at loss for words. I started to feel bad, like I was doing something really bad. I thought that they were only hiding the fact that Satoko's older brother right now, the consideration for her. I'm not trying to blame you for anything, okay? I just wanted to ask what happened to Satoshi, that's all. I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I had to remind them even looked like I was tormenting them with an impossible question. I know, maybe I was actually bullying them. Maybe I had lashed out at them in retaliation for Shion getting mad at me. This whole day had been so much fun, but now, why did I go and say something that made all of that meaningless? I couldn't help but regret my own careless curiosity. That's enough, let's drop it now. As I was about to say that, Mion spoke up. Well, it's not like we were hiding or lying. I hope you understand that's not what we were trying to do. Mion's tone conveyed her genuine awkwardness. They sound like excuses of a child who had been presented with evidence of their own mischief. Satoshi, well, he didn't transfer schools. Mion said resign herself, but I felt bad for pushing her to say that. So it's okay, Mion. Let's stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I want to apologize, but right before that, he won't come back. What? Mion's stammered reply. Rena was extremely clear and resolute. He won't come back. What? He won't come back home ever since that day. He won't come back. That was a very strange way of putting it. Normally you would say that he hadn't come back yet. At least I thought you would only say that. Say it like if he was coming back. You would say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home. What do you mean he won't come back? Where does Satoshi go? Don't know. His word choice felt very cold to me. It was so cold that I couldn't muster a response right away. Well, she's right. After that day, Satoshi had to return home. I noticed a deadlock between us and hurriedly followed what Rena had said. Well, everyone in the village searched for him, and we even got the police to help us look. And while they started thinking that maybe he ran away, when running away from home, I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. So when Satoshi ran away, you would probably have lots of kind of later apologies to Satoko. That was just kind of what I figured, but from when I was talking, it seemed a little different than just running away from home. Well, the police did an investigation. Satoshi had been earning money at a part-time job and has put some aside, and they learned that on the day he finished, he withdrew it all. And then at Nagoya Station or something, they spotted someone who looked a lot like Satoshi. He went through all the same as the fun as escape from home. Was that it? He seemed like insistent up to me. But before I could say anything, I think I saw a lie. Satoshi couldn't run away, declared Rena shortly. Hey, wait. So if he didn't transfer schools or move away, he didn't run away from home. Then why on earth? Stop it, Rena. Whispered to her. Rena, however, continued with the interruption. And then she said this. Because it was Oyoshiro-sama's curse. Huh? A curse? It took the time before I understood what Rena meant by that. Now clicked her tongue and shook her head a little. Satoshi looked at me before he disappeared. Oh shit, she got the crazy eyes already, man. You can't. Oh, dude. Alright. Yo, man. She looked anything different. I don't know. Oh, dude. He said someone was watching him, stalking him. They even followed him home. He told me that when he went to bed, they were standing there at his bedside looking down at him. Oh, shit, man. Stop it, Reina. It's a poor thing that way. She was almost cursed, there's no doubt. I think somewhere deep down, Satoshi-kun was probably thinking about bending Hinazawa and running away. And Yoshio-sama wouldn't allow that. I said, stop it. Yoshio-sama was the guardian deity of Hinazawa. He would never allow anyone to bend Hinazawa and run away. I apologized for it, but Satoshi-kun probably didn't. It must have been Yoshio-sama's curse. Huh. Yoshio-sama's curse? I hadn't intended to repeat it, but the words came out of my mouth anyway. Yoshio-sama's curse. The police may have said he ran away, but I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Not ever. It's just a lie told by the self-important people in the village you don't want to admit it was the curse. And whether or not you believe in Yoshio-sama's curse, it's wham. I struck Rina in the head. And not in a joking way either. I told you to give it a rest, and I try to be nice, but you're pushing me to my limits. Pushing her into her limits. Actually, there was plenty of displeasure and anger in my face at that moment. For a few moments being hit, Rina looked astonished. Perhaps the voices of the Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while she regained her original calm expression. Damn, man. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mian. No one said a word until we got there. The voices of the Higurashi just tortured our ears with their buzzing. We always split up with Mian here, just leaving. Oops. Hey, Ki-chan, didn't I promise to lend you some manga? You want to come over real quick? Huh? She promised that. However, I quickly realized it was a convenient way of saying that she wanted to talk to me alone. Oh, I see. Okay, then Rina will go home. Maybe she realized it. Maybe she didn't. Thankfully, Rina quickly said she'd go home before us. Bye, Rina. See you tomorrow. Yep, see you tomorrow. Kichi-kan, don't be too much of a bother now. It's already evening. I'm just going to borrow a few books. See ya. Considering the fun day we had, it was very insipid, lonely party. Hey, don't worry too much about before. After a little while, Mias finally spoke. Quite some time had passed since splitting up with Reina. No, I'm not really. I really think it was my fault anyway. We weren't trying to hide anything about Satoshi. It's just one of those things that we should have mentioned, you know. At this point, I understood exactly what she meant by that. So she brought her odd interactions with Reina. I understood it so well it hurt that I shouldn't ever talk about it again. Actually, if that's the case, and was Shion too? You know, this is a bigger problem. Talk about it in the first place. I've been this great. I should have been interested in it at all. But that's why I really had to think about it. About the why anyone got so irritated. Idiot. So that's Kichi error. By the time I tried to warn myself, I accidentally spoken already. I won't ask her again. So could you tell me honestly, what on earth happened to Satoshi? He ran away, right? For a long time, Mia remained silent, but finally unable to endure any longer, she began to speak timidly. Have you ever heard about the Yoshio-sama's curse? Just a little bit. I got the gist of it. I don't ever heard someone in class talk about it, though. Oh, Yoshio-sama was the name of that deity protecting Hinazawa that they worship at this shrine we had the barbecue at today. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinazawa as a part of the dam project, one of the people working on the site died or something. People blamed on Yoshio-sama's curse. That's how it was. Satoshi's dead parents, they were proponents of the dam project. And was anyone in the village against it? They would support the project if they lived here. The dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinazawa. I heard the village all got together to fight the terrible project, but it was a little hard to believe there were villagers who were supporting it. Well, there were a lot of stuff going on, but not everyone agreed to stand up to the dam proposal. So Satoshi's parents were basically the leaders of those who were all for it. The leaders of the ones for it, Satoshi's parents. Yeah, they were going had gathered a lot of compensation money in exchange for the construction of the dam. There were plenty of people who agreed with the proposal because they wanted the money. Aside from a few households, Hinazawa was in general not very affluent, and not because they were proud to inherit the land of their ancestors. It wouldn't be strange if some people wanted enough money to start a new life, but even in that case, they had to hesitate to say so given the situation. It just happened to be Satoshi's parents who understood that and stood to be their representative. By that standard, you might say Satoko and Satoshi's parents were very heroic, but they volunteered to be hated and all to be helped those without much money who didn't have a voice. And then their parents had bad luck. They all died in an accident on the day of the festival honoring Yoshio-sama. So people who started to think that maybe it was Yoshio-sama's curse. I thought back what the coach told me today. They went to the nature park on a family outing and fell from a cliff. Sorry about that, guys. So some people thought, even Satoshi running away from home was because we were just someone's curse. Yeah, basically. It was a bit of an evasive reply, but I felt it was strong enough to get further, so I didn't press her for details. So I don't think I need to explain this, but first, since it was for her parents' exit, Satoshi's running away, and all the business about you, she was someone's curse. You know, I have this very happy story, you know? Yeah, of course I knew. I could only nod silently. That's why we're not much to say about Satoko's family. Even if someone asked about Satoshi, we just lied and said he transferred schools. You understand why, right? They wanted to protect Satoko's happiness or smile. As someone who thought they were away, thought that way once, even for a short time, I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the topic to begin with. Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry I asked this so carelessly. When she heard that, Mia smiled, seeming a little relieved. With that understanding and thinking that I should get going, I began to make my way home. I could really have stopped by Mion's house, but it was really already late. I stopped by again the next time I had the chance. Bye then, Mion. Sorry about today. See you tomorrow. Yeah, goodbye. We waved to each other with silent memories of the Mion called out to me. Ki-chan, one more thing. Not only around Satoko, could you keep quiet about Satoshi with Rina too? Huh? I think you realized earlier, but for some reason, when it comes to Yoshiro's almost curse, she gets extremely serious. Ever since she transferred here. Yeah, just by how Rina was acting earlier, it was clearly no laughing matter to her. Mion interrupted the conversation first, but Mion had been there, what might have happened. Why would Rina be so serious about it? Not only Rina either, but Shion too. I don't know. Rina's a secret, okay? If you tell anyone we're not friends anymore, Rina emphasizes her expression clouded even further. I won't tell what's about Rina. She says she's been a victim of Oishiro someone's curse before. Huh? I will also say something mean, but I think it might be a bad case of persecution, complex, or some kind of wrong assumption. But she says so to herself, so I believe her. If I poke fun at her, she gets pretty upset. Rina jokes around all the time, but she's really scary when she's mad. I get it. Don't talk about it in front of Rina, alright? About Satoshi. Yeah, if possible, I think we shouldn't talk about this ever again. For her sake, and for Satoko's. And for anyone else's too. And I must say, for your own sake too, Ki-chan. With her silence, I made sure I knew that. Yeah, okay, I got it. Thanks. Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go a little dazed and started walking by myself. Satoko's older brother Satoshi ran away from home, or he had been a victim of the curse and disappeared forever. Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. The cooling air forced me into my self-reflection. I wanted Satoko to smile, yet my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. I'm shameful. I wanted today to be exactly like yesterday. I wanted tomorrow to be just as fun today, too. So why did I go do something like that? Why were we having a blast at a baseball game yesterday? And today we had a blast at a big barbecue party, too. It was a lot of fun. But then I went and almost nullified all of the fun times. I would have been more careful starting tomorrow. I would have put all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. Like hell, I'm going to let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought about that, I'd be more careful starting tomorrow. The more I couldn't get rid of an ominous thought that I'd already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I'd just done. Hey, wait, come now, Gishima Bear. The gears of destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? What happened to now is just trivial. It doesn't make any sense to think my life will be totally different starting tomorrow. But even though I understood it logically, the most of my heart was going to fade until tomorrow turned out to be as fun as today. I'm acting weird. I'm thinking a little too much about the conversation. I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted to make it understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. The night was long. Long and nothing's happening but this. Okay, so I'm assuming this is going to be the end of the video because this is the second time this happens in a chapter. It's usually the end of it. Alright, okay, yes. So that means, guys, the video will be over and I will see you guys later.